What exactly does $1 million get you in Hamilton, Ontario? The answer may actually surprise you. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through exactly what $1 million buys you here in Hamilton, Ontario, but I'm also going to show you what you can get at $750,000 and $900,000 as well. And make sure to stick around until the end of the video because I'm going to share a tip with you that is going to save you a lot of money. Hey, and welcome to the channel. If we haven't met yet, my name is Mike. I'm a local agent here in the GTA, and on this channel, you'll find real estate information that no one else is sharing with you. And if you're planning a move to Hamilton, then this video is going to give you a real on-the-ground look at what's possible to buy at 3 different price ranges. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So just to note that Hamilton is a very large city, and in today's video, I'm going to actually break up the areas of Hamilton so you have a better understanding of what you can get in each pocket because they're not created equally and the prices are very different from area to area. So we're going to look at a few different areas, including Ancaster and Dundas. Then we'll look at Hamilton Mountain. We'll look at Stoney Creek. And finally, we'll look at Lower Hamilton as well. So let's start with $750,000. Rather than going all the way up to $1 million, maybe you don't need to. So taking a look at Ancaster and Dundas first, really, we're just looking at Ancaster in this situation. You're going to be looking at a 3-bed, 3-bath townhome around 1,100 to 1,500 square feet. Next, if we move over to Hamilton Mountain, you can actually go from a townhome to a detached. You can expect to find a small detached home around 1,000 to 1,400 square feet, also 3-bed and 3-bath as well. Now, if you actually go all the way up to $750,000, you can get a pretty turnkey home on the mountain. If you want to spend a little bit less, let's say all the way down to $650,000, it is attainable, but you'll need to do some cosmetic upgrades and interior upgrades yourself. But if you really want a detached home versus a semi or a townhome, for example, then Hamilton Mountain is a great place to target. Next, if we go over to Stoney Creek, you're going to find a similar type of home as you would in Ancaster. But in Ancaster, those townhomes would have been on the older side. And in Stoney Creek, you can actually find newer townhomes for up to $750,000. And in fact, there's a great little spot right near the lake where you can get a great 3-bed, 3-bath, again, maybe around 1,500 to 1,700 square foot townhome or under $750,000. Finally, what can $750,000 get you in Lower Hamilton? Well, Lower Hamilton is the oldest part of the city. That is what people traditionally think of when they think of Hamilton. This was the city before the amalgamation of the other parts of Hamilton that came together in around 2001. So this area is going to be older. You're going to find much, much older homes here, but you can get larger homes here. So for the same price point, you can actually get into a 4-bed home. And a lot of these will be the sort of older style 2.5 story. Some will need some cosmetic upgrades under $700,000, but up to $750,000, you can find some pretty turnkey options. And just keep in mind that in Lower Hamilton, garages are going to come at a premium. Again, this is an older part of town, much like Toronto, where you're not going to have the style of home where you're going to have garages in the city. So if you really want a garage, we need to go up to a higher price point. And in terms of property taxes across the entire city at this price point, you can expect to pay on average about $4,500 per year. Just a really quick break here. If you're finding value in this video, just go ahead and hit the like button for me. And I'd also love to hear your thoughts on if you think these are good value at all of the different price ranges, $750,000, $900,000, and $1 million. So let me know what you think in the comments, either now for the $750,000 or later on in the video after you've watched all of it. Okay, let's get right back to it. So now we've seen what $750,000 can get you in Hamilton. Let's go all the way up to $900,000, and we're going to start in the Ancaster and Dundas area again. We can get into a small detached in Ancaster and Dundas for $900,000. You can expect to find a 3-bed, 2-bath, around 1,100 to 1,500 square feet. Some will have a garage, but some of the post-World War II ones will not have them. So you can see the difference between sort of Ancaster, Dundas, and let's say Hamilton Mountain, for example. We need about $150,000 difference to get what we can in Ancaster and Dundas versus Hamilton Mountain. And speaking of Hamilton Mountain, let's move over and see what we can get there. So in this price range, you don't have to go all the way up to 900,000, but you certainly can, and you'll get a lot of different ages of homes and types of homes here. So you can get into a 3-bed, 4-bath, close to 2,000 square foot home. Some really, really nice detached homes in this area. Most of these homes are going to be 2-story, but you can find some really nice raised bungalows as well. And in terms of garages, you can actually go from a single car garage to a double car garage within this price point. And in terms of lot sizes, you can find very good lot sizes here on Hamilton Mountain. And the homes for the most part should be turnkey. Some you might find will need some cosmetic upgrades. Just kind of depends upon the size and age of the home. Okay, so let's move on east over to Stoney Creek and see what we can get for $900,000. For those of you that are looking for a bungalow, you can get some really nice bungalows either in Stoney Creek or on Stoney Creek Mountain, but typically at this price point, they will be 2 bedrooms. If 2 bedrooms is not enough and you need a 3rd bedroom, then there are 2-story sort of smaller detached homes that are available well under $900,000. So you do have options there. They're just 2-story versus bungalow. Do you want something newer and more modern? Then you can head just down the road in Stoney Creek to the Fruitland and Winona area. Very nice small pocket where you can find some nicer, newer semis, 3-bed, 3-bath, again, in and around that sort of 1,500 to 1,700 square foot range. And finally, what does $900,000 buy you in Lower Hamilton? Well, if we look back to the $750K range, we weren't really getting a primary ensuite within those ones. So at $900K, yes, you're getting that primary ensuite, you're getting more bathrooms, you're getting much more modern finishes, much more turnkey overall. So that jump from $750,000 to $900,000 makes a really big difference in Lower Hamilton. The only difference is in terms of a garage, it's still kind of hard to find homes that have garages at this price point. Again, it's more so the style of home within Lower Hamilton, more so than the price point. So if you want a garage, it's not the easiest place to find one, but you can get pretty much everything else. And finally, in terms of property taxes, which you can expect to pay at the $900K range in Hamilton, expect to pay around $5,500 per year. Now let's take a look at what $1 million can buy you in Hamilton, Ontario. Starting with Ancaster and Dundas at the $1 million range, we're still looking at a 3-bed, 3-bath home, but here is where we're starting to get above 2,000 square feet. So compared to the other ranges, $750K, you could only find a townhome. At $900K, it was a small 3-bed, 2-bath home. At $1 million, you're getting that primary ensuite and you're getting much more square footage. Now, you can get a 4-bed home in this price range in Ancaster. The only issue is that you'll probably need some interior upgrades or cosmetic upgrades compared to a 3-bedroom home, which will be much more turnkey. But if you really want a 4-bed and you don't want to do the upgrades yourself, if you go just a little bit higher in the budget to around 1.05 million, then you can find what you need. Moving over to Hamilton Mountain, you can definitely find pretty much anything you need here. You'll find typically 4 beds and a minimum of 3 baths, but you can also definitely find a 4-bath home here as well. And while most of Hamilton Mountain tends to be older homes, there's actually many pockets with newer homes that have been built here. So if you're looking for a newer home on the mountain, at this price range, it is very gettable. You can also get some pretty unique homes near the escarpment for easy walks to some amazing views. And if you really want to target newer homes on the mountain, then you're going to want to head as far south as possible. That's where you'll find the newest homes with the newest amenities. Now moving on over to Stoney Creek, what can you get for $1 million in this area? Sort of talked about it in the past range of 900K, how there's sort of bungalows here. Now, overall, you can get pretty much what you need, just like Hamilton Mountain. But if you do have the option, and go with the bungalow. I mean, that's just a personal favorite of mine, but you can still get a good bungalow at $1 million, which is very rare to find anywhere even near the GTA. Now, these bungalows are likely to still be 3-bed and 3-bath. So if you need a 4-bed option, then you're going to want to go for those 2-story homes. And keep in mind that some of these 4-beds, if they're completely turnkey, might just be a touch over $1 million, but you can still certainly find some at around the $1 million range. And finally, what does $1 million buy you in Lower Hamilton? Well, if you actually just aim for just sub $1 million, you can find pretty much anything you want turnkey in most neighborhoods here. Now, here's a tip for you. If you want something extremely nice to have one of the best homes in Lower Hamilton in terms of interior upgrades and finishes, you really need to get closer to that $1.1 to $1.2 million range. So for me, it's not exactly worth spending $1 million to $1.05 million within this area. Now, if you do have a bit more budget here to play with, then you can either pocket the difference and sort of upgrade when and where you need to, or you can bump up right now into the bigger range and you'll get some of the nicest homes in all of Lower Hamilton. And in terms of property taxes at the $1 million price range in Hamilton, you can expect to pay about $6,000 per year. Thank you for sticking around until the end of the video, and here's that tip that I promised you. If you're planning to buy your first home, then late October into November and even December is a great time to shop for deals. When the weather turns and the holidays are coming up, sellers tend to get a bit more anxious at that point and prices tend to fall. So if you're watching this and wondering when is a great time to find a deal, then you're going to want to start your shopping before the new year starts. If you found this helpful, just make sure to hit like and subscribe to get more videos just like this. And if you're ready to start your home search in Hamilton, then please reach out. I'd love to help you find the right fit. And now it's your turn. Which price point do you think is the best value in Hamilton? Go ahead and let me know in the comments. And if you want to learn more about what makes Hamilton so great, then go ahead and watch this video next. And finally, if you're interested in actually seeing some real homes for sale, then go ahead and check out the list of preferred homes in the video description below.